Hey guys, Underground Geek here. And so I got a good idea to do a video here. This is kind of the do's and don'ts of somebody that works in the comic book industry and the things that you should do and not do on social media. And the ways that some people are doing it really right and some people are doing it really wrong. I think you can guess who that is. But so let's look at this for a minute, okay? We've got a couple of guys here that really caught my attention here lately, and I'm kind of an outside guy looking in when it comes to these kind of things with comic books, but two people that come to mind when you think about doing social networking right in the comic book industry, automatically I think of Scott Snyder and Sean Gordon Murphy. Okay? Now, these two guys are real people. Like, they have real blood going through their veins, and they actually, from what I can tell, have families and care about people. You know, empathy, the kind of thing that some of these writers on the left don't have, apparently. So, for instance, Scott Snyder here, I actually became very interested in his work just because of how nice he is on social media. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I already like Batman, so that was one end. But then when I found out how nice the guy is and how he actually interacts with people and answers questions and doesn't fly off at the handle when somebody doesn't like something, that really, nailed home to me and got my attention. I've DM'd him a couple of times. He has tweeted back at me a couple of times. The dude seems all right. Now, I've had some people make fun of his hair and stuff like that. I mean, that's a whole different thing. And he takes it very well. He doesn't. I haven't seen him fly off the handle and just mass block somebody over making fun of his hair. But let's just look at his Twitter. Let's look at his Twitter feed real quick, and let's just see about some of the things that he said. Okay. So 2 hours ago, we got, hey, Batman number 30 is out today by my buddy Tom King and Clay Mann. Go check it out. All right, cool. And then he retweets where they're talking about the new Darth Vader coming out today. All right, so that's an outside company, and he's tweeting back, hey, go look at it. And here he is out and about like a normal human being at the bookstore, and he says, hey, I just realized All-Star Batman Volume 2 is also coming out today. This one, I'm really proud of it and honored by the art partners in it. Thanks. Okay, yeah, all right. Plugging his product, but at the same time, he seems like a normal human being. All right, somebody said that they got a graduation gift, and it was a Batwoman PG, and they said they'll never part with it. All right, and they tagged him in it, and he said, oh, that's great. Okay. Then somebody tagged him another and says, hey, a few of my pictures in my studio. And he tweets back, dude, I'll have to come see your studio sometime. Okay, all right. And then somebody's tweeting him about a picture, and he comments on it. Somebody says, hey, I own Declan Shavely line art of the All-Star #1. That was a huge pickup for me. Won't part with it. Hey, nice. I love that one. This seems like a normal guy. Oh, here's some other tweets. Those are great. That's gorgeous. Oh, 100%. A Kirby page is a top of my dream list. Okay, yeah. And Greg Capullo and him are tagged in something on DC Metal. It's like somebody framed a copy of DC Metal. And he sends the rock sign and clanging beers together. Oh, okay, seems like he's on the level. Doesn't seem like I went through about 10 tweets there and I don't see anything about Trump. It's weird. And he has 175 followers. So he pretty much do whatever he wants. Oh, and he has 37,000 tweets, by the way. So he has 175,000 followers, and he's tweeted 37 times. Okay? All right, so let's move on to Sean Gordon Murphy. All right? Now, he has two different Twitters. He has like a business Twitter that has a blue color, and he has the orange Twitter, which is like him. Okay? So he actually has two different Twitters, and they have the same icon, but a different color. So it's easy to differentiate from them. All right, he has 39,000 followers and 27,000 tweets. Okay, not nearly the following of Scott Snyder, but I don't think he's been in it as long or been as big. All right, so automatically he retweeted something Scott Snyder said about Batman number 30. Okay, then he's replying to somebody, "Hey, thanks, man." Okay, Replies to somebody else, thanks, buddy. You and I are the same mind about things. Smiley face. Another one, thanks. Most people have been really positive. He said, I've actually got a few emails from people saying they won't buy White Knight if it's not left enough, quote unquote. No pleasing everyone, I guess. What? What do you mean it's not left enough? Do you mean you're making something in a comic book and it doesn't have a government propaganda agenda? How is this possible? I call shenanigans. So anyway, the previous tweet to that was somebody named Joe that said, it seems like jumping the gun a bit to assume he is talking down to you based on a blurb, but I understand that all seems fraught nowadays. Okay, whatever. You had to use the word fraught? Really? So anyway, on down the line, he says, haha, that's what I call the pub man cave. I'm building my basement. Okay, so he's a normal person. He's got a man cave. He says, I can understand it to some extent. People are tired of fighting, and avoiding a book is like avoiding a fight in their minds. Okay. Thanks for your support. Okay. I know people on the right who believe in Black Lives Matter and that there's a wage gap. I don't always see it as an SJW thing. Okay. I can see that as being pretty good. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? Sorry, I had to adjust myself. Anyway, he says, yes, DC is calling it the Murphyverse when they're talking about if the sales for Batman White Knight goes well, will there be plans to extend the world you made? Hey, that's actually great. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be two things that DC's doing better than Marvel so far. He said, yeah, sure, let's do it. Great idea. Hey, I know I'm way out of line. Haha, I don't mean to preach either. Do what you like. Here's something. I have SJW friends who mean a lot to me, but that's not how I prefer to handle things. Okay, what did they say? Well, they said 100% right. Unfortunate how when you say your Batman deals with modern day issues, it gets hijacked by comics journalism as SJW propaganda. That's very unfortunate, isn't it? Yes, it actually is. Oh, you mean you're going to do a different story, a different take on Batman, and you're not going to be left about it? Oh, you're in for it now. Here come the torches. They'll be at his house by dark. But you can see, he said, hey, right here he says, thanks, hope you like it. Okay. Let's see. He's got something else about Batman, the animated series. He says, I don't have a political agenda. Oh, what? What are you talking about? That's all comics are. You didn't know that? Comics are politics. Get with it, Sean Murphy. So it seems like, this guy's pretty good. He seems like he's on the level. It's very strange. I don't understand how that could be possible. But you know, that's how you handle a social media account. You be nice with the people. You seem like a normal person, so maybe they buy your product, you know. Okay, so now we're going to go on the other side of the spectrum here. And yes, they happen to work for a different company, but that's beyond the point because there are plenty of SJWs apparently working for DC now, and they're probably going to fall up into a promotion. Okay, so let's go to Dan Slott's tweet. We'll go to his Twitter account, okay? Let's check this out. All right, so his first post is a retweet about climate change. His second tweet is a tweet making fun of Batman vs. Superman fans. Okay. His third tweet is a retweet saying, a man who dodged the draft, colluded with Russia, and defended Nazis gets to decide who's American enough to stay in the country. Who's he talking about? John McCain? I don't know. That's weird. I know who he's talking about. I'm just being coy. But anyway, so, all right. So his fourth tweet is a retweet about Batman animated series. I'm surprised he liked that because I figured it'd trigger him. Fourth tweet is a retweet. Most of these are retweets. It's very weird. Retweet of the new Death Star director or Star Wars director. And then here we go. Replying to Eric J. Larson. He's a crap poster and someone who's actively harassing female Marvel employees. Just report his tweets if offensive, block him and move on. That doesn't seem very nice. Let's see what some of these people did to warrant this. Oh, it was Captain Cummings talking about, well, Erik Larson spent a lifetime posting independent books and hates people who do it. And then Erik replies, well, that's complete BS. Anyway, so Dan Slott, that's where he said he's a crap poster. Then immediately these people start jumping on the bandwagon, and this John Earnestpush, or whatever his name is, he looks like a prick. If I saw him on the street, I probably wouldn't think anything of him. But he says, the guy and his minions are trying to cause a full-blown comic book civil war. He's such an embarrassment. Okay, that's kind of jumping to conclusions. What is he an embarrassment of? Does he work for you or something? I don't understand how this is an embarrassment to you. Does he represent you? Because he seems like a free man to me. He defends the country. He's in the Navy. What have you done? Let's check out his little Twitter here. 30, that's new, year-old LA guy and kid at heart. I enjoy comic books, sports, Dodgers, Lakers, Kings, USC, UCI, TV, movies, write about comics. At Comixology, or Comixosity. Oh, so you work for Comixosity. Well, don't you think that you should have a little bit better attitude then if you're representing a company? Oh, I'm sorry, you forgot all about that. Then I like what Terry O'Brien said. Comics are fun, replying to his tweet. That was funny. It's funny, it says, as an avid reader, this guy David Church says, as an avid reader since 1977, I had to agree with him. Twitter and forced political agendas have gotten me reading so many titles. Okay, I don't really understand that. And somebody says, well, he's getting a crap ton of free press, blah, blah, blah. And that's where Erik Larson replied to Dan Slott, hey, I'm getting that vibe about him being a crap poster. Well, I mean, you're getting that vibe because one person said he was bad and nobody else did. So I guess, whatever. So let's go on down Dan's a little bit more down his Twitter feed here. CNN, okay. Donald Trump, okay. Something about bad news. Oh, undocumented immigrants, okay. Tramp stamp, oh, that's cool. Hey, come down to London and do our signing tonight. Oh, okay. It only took me 10 tweets to get down to your business. What you do. Oh, you write for Spider-Man? I never knew. But anyway, I mean, that's pretty much his Twitter. Okay. Seems like a real troll to me. Seems like somebody that was in high school and sat at that table in the back, in the courtyard, and nobody talked to him because they looked dirty. Okay, that's what he seems like to me. Okay, so let's go to somebody else's Twitter feed here. Let's go to Erik Larson. Let's check out his real quick, shall we? All right, Savage Dragon perpetrator. Okay, is that still cool to say that? Okay. He says, hard to pull that off if everybody just blocks nitwits and ignores them. Move on. Okay. Already calling people names. He doesn't deserve any attention. Block and move on. You're obviously talking about Captain Cummings, and you say he doesn't deserve any attention, just move on. Well, he's doubled his followers in a month because of you. So maybe calm down because you've got 30,000 and he's got like, I think 1,000 or 2,000. If he keeps doing that, in 6 months he'll be up to your following. Then what are you going to do? Then let's keep going. Be civil, don't be a pest, but most of us don't mind. Sometimes blocking is really the best option. He's considerably taller than she is, and no, I don't. So, he's just replying through here. Okay, so I don't see anything about his business on here. This is just tweeting back and forth. You can't both argue that it's sexist and all the women in comics have big boobs and then assume everybody without big boobs is underage. Well, I can whenever they're drawn like a man. Put your own sexism in check. Just because a woman doesn't have huge boobs, it doesn't mean she's 12. Well, that's true, but when you draw everybody with no boobs and pecs, then they tend to look like dudes. Okay, and this is also coming from a dude that constantly had big boobs in every one of his comics and nudity, so that's kind of odd coming from that guy. Especially when you read some of his comics and it seems like porn. A little bit of a hypocrite vibe from this man today. So I've went through about 20 of his tweets here, and I still don't see anything about his work. It seems like somebody's a little more worried about their agenda than they are their job. So as you can tell, there are sharp differences between these two groups of people. Can you tell what it is? Personality. That is number one. Number two, empathy. Number three, arrogance. Okay. And number four, a bitterness to anybody with a different belief than you, a different opinion than you. It doesn't have to be a belief, a different opinion. I guarantee you, if somebody said what Captain Cummings said to Scott Snyder or Sean Gordon Murphy, they would be very civil about it. Because Sean Gordon Murphy has been attacked by lots of people since he started making this comic, trying to say he's SJW or trying to say he's not SJW enough. And I can tell you, I'm going to buy his comic, and I actually went and bought Scott Snyder's #1, volume #1 for this New 52 Batman, just because of the way he treats his fans. And I've heard it's very interesting. I'm going to give it a shot. That's what happens when you're nice to people on the internet, when your social media accounts, because they know who you are and they're going to track you down, obviously, and follow you, because that's what they do. They follow Michael Phelps. Why wouldn't you think they'd follow you? You're somebody that's slightly more famous than them. Then maybe you should have a better attitude, because what you do is going to mirror into your sales, directly into your sales. We can tell by looking at the sales of Amazing Spider-Man and the sales of the canceled Silver Surfer and the current sales of the Savage Dragon that hasn't been relevant since the 1990s. This is sad, and it needs to stop. These people need to understand that they're ruining the next generation. Because the next generation coming up, like Heather Antos and this He, Mags Visaggio, they're ruining it for them, because these people are able to just come in here with no talent and just show their politics and use this as an outlet to get another job later on. They're ruining this comic industry for their own selfish purposes, and they don't realize that these people like Dan Slott and Eric Larson don't have any aspirations. They've gotten as far as they want to go. This is their dream job, and they don't have anything else to work for. So all they can do now is fail. But, you know, it'll all weed itself out eventually. I'm just going to keep buying comic books that I think are good from people that I think are all right people, and not buy the other ones, and eventually the other people are going to do it too. But that's all I had to say, you know. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you're subscribed so you can get all notifications, and just tell me what you think, and give me some ideas of more comics that I can review. I just bought the new comics that come out today. Now, my local comic store doesn't get everything, and I basically have to tell them every single time I go in there what I order, and then I have to end up ordering it offline anyway or reading it digitally. So, you know, it's just one of those things. But I did get volume 1 of New 52 Batman. I did get number 5, Lethal Protector of Venom, just because I'm a huge Venom fan, and it was 50 cents. But have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. All right, bye.